I am using a 5 ply yarn and a 4.5 mm hook. I'm going to start by making a slip knot, then I'll go ahead and chain 4, and then we're going to slip stitch into the very first stitch, just like that. Then go ahead and chain 2. This will not count as a stitch, so into that our magic circle we are going to place 12 double crochet stitches. So there we go. So just keep on adding your double crochet stitches till you have 12. Then I'll meet you for us to continue. Now that we have our 12 double crochet stitches, we are going to make a slip stitch into the very first double crochet stitch, not the chain 2, but the first double crochet stitch, and then go ahead and chain 2. It doesn't count as a stitch, so in that same stitch we are going to place 2 double crochet stitches. Into the next stitch we are going to place 2 double crochet stitches, and into every other stitch we are going to place 2 double crochet stitch till we get back to our starting point. Into every stitch you place 2 double crochet stitches. So at the end of this round you should have 24 double crochet stitches. Now that we are back at our starting point, we are going to slip stitch on top of the first double crochet stitch. Then we are going to chain 2, and in that same stitch we are going to place a double crochet stitch, and then we are going to place a double crochet stitch into every stitch. 1 double crochet stitch into every stitch all round till we come back to our starting point, which with each round you are going to chain 2 at the beginning, and the chain 2 normally doesn't count as a stitch, so that is just a filler stitch. When you begin each round you are going to chain 2. So now that we are back at our starting point, we are going to slip stitch into our first double crochet stitch and not the chain 2. Then we'll go ahead and chain 2. In that same stitch we are going to place a double crochet. In the next stitch we are going to place a double crochet, and then into every stitch we are going to place 1 double crochet stitch all round till we come back to our starting point. Now that we are back at our starting point, we are going to slip stitch into the very first double crochet stitch, just like this. Now go ahead and chain 2, and in that same stitch we are going to place a double crochet stitch. In the next stitch we are going to place a double crochet stitch, and into every stitch we are going to place 1 double crochet stitch all the way around to come back to our starting point. Around the 4th row you should measure the socks like this to see that it covers all your toes. If not, you increase the number of stitches. So now we are going to continue till we get the length that we need before working on the heel part. I did 15 rows, but you can do more or less depending on your size. So this is how it should fit your leg before you proceed to making the part that will cover your heel. So let's start working on the ankle part. Chain 2, and we are going to place a double crochet into every stitch till we have just 6 stitches left. So we are going to place double crochets all the way till we have 6 stitches less before reaching our starting point. Then we are going to move to the next round. So just keep placing your double crochet stitches, and I'll meet you when you have just 6 stitches left. So we have 1 2 3 4 5 6. So what we are going to do is we'll chain 3, and then we'll turn our work, and in that same stitch we are going to place a double crochet stitch, and into every stitch we are going to place 1 double crochet stitch all the way till we reach the other end. So just keep putting 1 double crochet into every stitch till we reach the other end. Okay, so this is our very last stitch. There we still have our 6 stitches we left, so we are going to chain 3 and turn, double crochet into the same stitch, double crochet into every stitch, till we get back to the other end. So we made it to the end. We are just going to place a double crochet stitch into the very last stitch, so we need to make 6 rows all together for this heel part. You can always check to see that it fits your heel before you go ahead to stitch it up. So we are just using single crochet stitches to connect the corresponding stitches on both sides, just like this. So into every stitch you are going to go in with a single crochet after connecting it with the corresponding stitch on the other side. So we are just going to use that stitch to close it up right up to the end. Okay, just make sure you check that you joint on the wrong side. So I'll just go ahead and chain 1, and then I'll cut off my yarn, and I'm just going to weave in that tail right there, just like that, and cut off the excess. So this is our cute socks. If you don't want ruffles, you can just do like a round of single crochet at this stage and you're like good to go. So let me show you how mine looks on my leg. This is it right here. It looks so cute, warm. So we are going to proceed to do the ruffles, but we'll start by making a round of single crochet all round before we start our ruffles. So make a slip knot and they attach to any stitch. They chain 1, and then you're going to make a single crochet stitch into every stitch all round till you come back to our starting point. It's going to be a little bit difficult to get in there because these are double crochet stitches that are lying sideways from the part that we did for the heel. So you just have to look for a way to get in there, and don't overcrowd your stitches. And you're just going to do that all around till you come back to our starting point. We have come back to where we started, so we are just going to make a slip stitch right there. Now go ahead and chain 4, and that same stitch we are going to place a triple crochet stitch, a second triple crochet stitch, a fourth triple crochet stitch, and a fifth stitch. So we are placing 5 triple crochet stitches into one stitch. You go to the next stitch and place 5 triple crochet stitches. We are going to do that all the way around so we come back to our starting point. We are just going to slip stitch, then chain 4, and then we'll place a triple crochet stitch. So this is how our first row of ruffles is looking like. You can choose to leave it like this if you don't want many ruffles, but we are going to do a second row of ruffles by placing 3 triple crochet stitches into each stitch. We move to the next stitch. I'll place 3 triple crochet stitches, and into every stitch we are going to place 3 triple crochet stitches till we come back to where we started this round. Please, if you have not subscribed, please subscribe and check out my other videos. Like, comment, share. When you are done with the second row of the ruffles, that is all for the tutorial. Thank you very much for watching. Hopefully I'll see you in my next video. So let me show you how this ruffle socks is looking like after 2 rows of ruffles. The ruffles are very thick. Bye.